what's up, guys? We've noticed a trend. You never like, follow, or share our shit. So we thought, hey,
we're to start the show with it.
Let's make it at the beginning. This is your opportunity to support us. We are pouring ourselves, our souls, our spirits, our Kansas City love into you, and we would like to receive something back because you've not been a very good lover so far. Please like, share, comment behind the bar. You can find us on Spotify, which is what I enjoy. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us in the library.
Right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Give us more.
Our guest today is a senior at the University of Kansas.
It's our youngest ever guest.
Majoring in political science. That is actually true. Our youngest ever guest.
I'm nervous about it.
A person who does a traditional dance, a podcaster. We're going to get into that. Yeah, podcaster. And the founder of an amazing organization called I of an Immigrant, Komal Kaur.
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you for having me.
Tell me what 21-year-olds are drinking these days. Let's start there.
Okay, yeah, we can start there. With my friends, we drink like tequila.
Straight?
Usually like
Good tequila?
games, like we'll do shots,
We're
like
so
El
much more evolved than we are.
Shots. What's your favorite kind of tequila?
It's
just like the free
She
kind.
said Patron.
There's the bottle that's like, it's like a,
Custom?
it's
Is
something.
it beautifully painted?
It is.
That's called Grand Mayan.
Yep.
Sure,
it's
yeah.
beautiful.
That is a very good tequila.
There's Casa Azul, right?
Great,
Casa
yeah.
Azul.
Great,
Okay,
yeah.
What's the other one? That one that...
Herradura?
No, it's like a clear. Yeah, no, we already said that.
Okay.
It's like a clear bottle. They're all clear bottles.
We're
It's not
really here
helpful.
to talk about how amazing
okay.
you are and how incredible you are. And we just did this amazing event where we got to hear your story. We got to hear you speak, and now here you are. So, the founder of I Am an Immigrant.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us the awesome story you told us the other day about like kind of why you founded it and what your background is?
Yeah. So I am born and raised in Queens, New York. Lived in Flushing specifically, so it was a very like multicultural environment growing up from the start. And both of my parents immigrated from a northern state in India called Punjab. So it's very, very up north. It's on the border of Pakistan almost. And like back in our history, half of our state is technically in Pakistan. So that's like colonization and all that stuff. So my parents my dad first left India to go to Greece, and that was because the Sikh genocide of 1984. And so the Indian government was killing people of the Sikh faith, and they're easily distinguished by like their turbans and their beards. And so they were targeting younger men and younger women, and my dad and my mom both fit that category, description, everything. And so my dad's family was very, very poor at that time too, and so they lived in a village. My grandma had 5 kids, had one arm, raising 5 kids. So just a lot of challenges on my dad's side of the story of his childhood, and so they sent the youngest son out of the country to Greece.
He was the youngest?
He was the youngest.
Okay.
And
how old was he?
Oh, I want to say he was like probably 19, 20.
Wow,
Like he was
imagine.
young. Yeah. And he was the first to leave, went to Greece. He was in this beautiful island that I wanted to visit while I was studying abroad, but he spent a few years there working in like the flower industry, he said. So he was picking flowers, and they would go from one island to another island. One island they picked flowers, the other island like the men went to go sell them, and they lived on that little island. So that was kind of how his immigration story started.
Yeah.
And then didn't want to live in Greece anymore, so he went to Germany actually for a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of town hopped Europe, and then eventually made it to America because he had a very, very distant family friend who was like, come to America, I'll help you get settled here, start your family here. Hasn't met my mom. So he's in America, and then in our culture, especially back then, arranged marriages were the thing. Your parents find your partner, and you say yes or no, at least in my family, and you get married. And so my mom was still in India, and my dad they had found like a match for my dad. And my aunt, so my dad's sister, was like, no, because we want a woman that has more fair skin. This woman has too dark skin, and our son is already dark, so our grandkids are going to be dark. So like that was a huge, like colorism, which I'm sure we'll get into with
Interesting too that she even had a family opinion in it. Yeah, I didn't, you know what I mean? Like the sister.
I mean, I would have a family
well,
opinion.
like I
Not on
thought
that,
you
but
would.
Yes.
Yes, you would. Go
So
on.
there was just like all of these things at play, and so then my mom kind of came to the table as a potential match, to which my paternal grandmother and my aunt said yes. And so mom had never met my dad, and you're supposed to have like an engagement ceremony. So my parents' engagement ceremony was my mom and a picture of my dad, like on the next chair. It was literally a framed picture of my dad because he was in America. Like he was in
Did they talk
India.
on the phone? Did they write letters?
I think they wrote letters. They don't really share much about
Oh, okay.
that.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
that was just we were arranged.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
no feelings involved. We were arranged.
Yeah.
And so then my mom was getting ready to come to America. They were going to get married here because my dad was here. He couldn't go back. And the first time my mom tried coming to America, she didn't have some sort of document. So they ended up deporting her back to New Delhi, which is 8 hours away from her village with no communication with her family, like no cell phones at that time. So she had to figure
Then
out.
what year about?
It was early 90s, I would say. I don't remember the exact year. I want to say like 92 or 93.
Okay.
And then
Because you were born in like 2012 or something, right?
4.
2004. Sorry, just needed to hear that.
This is
I
San
graduated
Francisco.
from college.
You were born?
I was born in 04.
Okay, keep going.
Sorry,
Yeah,
we're just gonna have
that's
some
okay.
It's gonna be a few times where we need a moment of like we are really
reflection.
seriously getting old. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Okay.
So then my dad got all the documents lined up again, found a different agent, and then she came to America and then lived with my dad for a little bit.
Ooh, I want to hear
And
I want to hear it all though. Like what
What did they
do
think
we
when
have
they met?
feelings? Yeah. Like
I don't know. Like
do
we don't
won't
talk about
them?
those
They're
things.
Do you
We
ask
don't.
them
Are they
as
very
their
traditional
kids?
there?
They are traditional. We ask them some things like, if like I tease them about like taking a picture together, or I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't believe what your wife just said. It'll be like, she's your mom, and I'm like, but she's your wife.
Yeah.
Like they're just very just like they'll take the teasing, but it's just like, okay, now like.
But they've never been like, and then we met, and it was like love at first sight, and like it's not dramatic like that.
No, it's not true.
In my head, it really is.
I know. Well, babe.
But she wasn't allowed to live with she wasn't allowed to sleep with my dad, just like them two in a bed when she like first
Even
came here before they got married.
Well, yeah. Of course.
So
my mom told me the same thing about my boyfriend. I was like, thanks,
So did
Mom.
mine.
Like, he's coming home. He's coming home.
But like
Mom.
she's technically
like separate
engaged to
rooms,
this
that's
man.
why
So she's engaged to this man.
She's engaged to
And
my
where else is she
father.
gonna sleep?
So we had a
I have
relative.
never loved my mom more than when she separated myself and my boyfriend on a vacation home.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
that's
on.
funny. So we had relatives from California, and she stayed with the relatives from California because the wedding was going to be quick after, so they could live together.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's how
So
she
she was in
kind of like
California or
dating?
she was in New York?
She was in New York. Relatives from California came to
living
New
here.
York for the wedding.
Oh, I see.
And so she stayed with
Okay.
them.
So were they kind of like dating during that phase? Like, hey, let's go grab a cocktail, get to know each other. Come on, just let me ask these questions.
I know. I would have
No,
the
not
same.
dating.
no,
Not dating.
no, not at all.
Okay.
So then they got married.
There they are, and then
Yes,
they're
then
married.
they have their wedding day, a traditional wedding, which our weddings are usually 5 days long. They got 2 days.
I've been dying to get invited to one.
Yeah, hopefully my brother gets married soon. So, yes.
Will you have a traditional Indian
I want to,
wedding?
yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of my friends have, and I just didn't get invited, I guess.
Yeah. I have a family friend I grew up with, and he married an Indian woman. And
He wants, my brother wants a small wedding, which I'm like, great, I'll take the big wedding.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
please have the
Do
small
it all.
wedding.
Sure. Do it
I'll do the
all.
7 days.
Amazing.
Yeah, no problem.
Amazing.
So yeah, they had 2 days. They try to do all the festivities without literally any of their relatives there, which our weddings are that long because every single festivity for like every single aunt, every single uncle, every cousin, every sister is involved in every little thing. And so
Right.
it takes just forever. But they had literally nobody there. Like none of my dad's siblings, none of mom's, no grandparents.
Parents.
Like so their parents weren't there. My mom's closest relative that was there was her cousin from the UK, like closest like blood relation.
I wish she would talk to you more about how this experience was for her.
It was hard. Like she's talked about it.
Okay.
It was hard. She did not like the American dream was something everybody chased, and
Yeah,
so it was
right.
we're gonna go do this because the American dream, like this is just what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We really don't have any safe option at home, so the
Yeah.
American dream it is for us.
Yeah.
But it came without everybody they've ever known.
Yeah.
Sure.
But my parents were really, really good about making like their community of people. They're very, very personable. Like they want to have fun. My dad is always down for a
Amazing.
drink
Here
and
we
for
go.
food. Like
Yeah.
that's my
Is
dad's
it fun
personality.
to drink with your dad now? I remember that 21-year-old first
Just your
few
face.
days.
She's like, I'm not
I mean, I
drinking
love
with
to
my
drink
dad.
with my parents.
Yeah.
My
We
mom's
don't
at my
drink
house
with our
right now.
dads.
Lots
She's
of
not
stuff.
drinking
Why
with
not?
We don't drink with our dads.
But you just said he liked to have fun and stuff.
He does with his friends.
But not you.
Culturally, no.
Culturally, no.
No,
Okay.
we don't know.
Well, let's break some. Let's be deviants.
I think we're gonna get there one
Yeah,
day.
eventually.
My mom knows I drink wine, which is a big step.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think we'll get there at some point.
Okay.
I'm going to calm my body down. We're going to tiptoe into these changes. I'm a social deviant. You should know that about me. I'm always encouraging you to make horrible decisions with your life.
Correct.
And then HR steps in and says,
You can't say that to
let's
people out
just
loud.
not do that.
Okay, and so then how long did you live in New York?
So I was there till 2017. So I was.
So you're like basically your whole life. How old were you?
I was 12, turning 13 when
yeah.
we moved.
And then
to
what did your
Olathe.
parents do to you? They moved you to Olathe.
Olathe.
Why?
Okay.
A lot of reasons. So my dad was a truck driver.
Okay.
And my mom was a stay-at-home mom for most of my childhood. And so dad started off with a very successful business. He would deliver produce to all of the Indian restaurants in New York City, which at that time there wasn't a lot. So it was a young network.
Amazing.
It was a small network, but he would deliver all of their produce, all of their groceries. My dad would do that. Well, Dad, when he came here, he first applied for asylum, like legally. That was his path forward. But when he found out that if he was granted asylum, and my mom would be too, that he would never, like, it would be unsafe for him to return to India and then be able to return back to America. Like that, the back and forth travel was not really an option. And his entire family was back there. Both of their entire families were back there.
Will you explain that more just because?
Yeah, asylum is when you come to the United States because you're fearing for your life, whatever the cause may be, whether it's like natural disaster, whether it is your government, gang violence, whatever it is, that's why you're leaving the countries for you're feeling for your life, so you're seeking asylum in another country. So that's kind
But I
of
was
what.
wondering why it would be dangerous if he then left and then came back.
From the
after
from the
seeking-
U.S. government's perspective, it's like you
now
were
he's
scared of your
visiting
life
us.
in this
Right.
country.
Okay.
Why
Now
are
you're
you
going
coming
back.
back?
That
And
makes
then
sense.
from their perspective, it's like,
You're
especially
kind of a
India,
traitor.
it's like you traded us. Like
Yeah.
it was like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like I thought you were fearing for your life, which
it.
was a true reality at the point. Like my dad has cousins that were killed. So does my mom. Like that was their reality. But you still want to go back home and see your family.
Sure.
Like who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
So then he changed his path forward for immigration status and got sponsored through an employer. So one of the restaurant owners sponsored him because he's a truck driver. He literally helps operate our business. And because of that, because my dad was now in the system with an employee that was sponsoring him to get status in America, the employer also took advantage of that and wouldn't pay my dad when he would drop things off. So my dad would like buy $300 worth of produce or whatever it was for this restaurant. So now you have to pay him for the produce and for his
delivery
services,
fee.
but he wouldn't get paid for the produce or for his services. And when one restaurant owner started doing it, another one started doing it, and he was like, well, what the heck do I
Fuck
do
off,
for
I'm
work
going to
now?
Olathe is where I'm going. Yeah.
So it just came to a point.
I looked at the map.
If I'm spinning an atlas,
Olathe is thriving.
Olaf is not the place I'm
Olaf
going.
is kicking
That
ass.
is what we thought it was called.
I know everyone I know is called Olaf.
So yeah, that was going into like that. Mom was like, okay, you just need to like not do that. But dad was like, I can't not do that because I'm literally sponsored by them. Like I have to get my status before I can leave this relationship. So he continued doing it until 2013, which is when my dad got his green card and then decided that we were still gonna be in New York City, which like, thank you, Dad. But my dad also started, I guess, like his alcohol addiction at that point, because well, now you have 2 young kids, you're not getting paid for your work, you're getting overworked, and like there's just a lot going on in his life.
Yeah.
And so because of that, he kind of stopped working And then my mom started working, and both of my parents they don't even have high school diplomas. And so my mom worked at Marshall's for a little bit, and then BJ's, which was like a wholesale, like Costco of New York.
Yeah.
But that was not sustainable for a 4-person family in New York City with a kid about to go to college. My brother was about to graduate high school and go to college, and my parents' dream was our kids are going to college. Like that's happening, that's non-negotiable. And so that's when my mom was like, all right, like, this is not working. My dad's older brother lived in Olathe. And so that was like, we're moving to Olathe, like a fresh start.
Yeah.
Brother's gonna go to college.
And how has it been since you moved? I mean, obviously it was a culture shock because New York City is a little different than Olathe.
So wait, what grade were you in whenever you moved to Olathe?
I just finished 7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
so you
tough
were
age.
here comes high school in Olathe. In
Well,
Olaf.
8th grade and then high school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you come, and is it like
That's about when I figured out I was homosexual. 8th grade.
8th grade
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Because there was a gym teacher.
that you had a crush on?
Yeah. Go on. Sorry, I was trying
Tale
to
as
remember
old
how
as
it
time.
felt to be an 8th grader.
So you're in 8th grade in Olathe. I love the details of this because I think this is such an important story to tell, especially right now. There's just so much humanity in it, and it's such an important story, and it is like such a common story, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're in Olathe, and what was that like for you?
It was rough. I was really excited to come because I had lived nowhere but my apartment in New York City. And so anywhere outside of that, it was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole world
Adventure.
outside of here. Yeah. And then we landed at the old KCI or MCI. And I was just like, and we used to live near LaGuardia.
And then you got to drive to Olathe from there, and that's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
so
like kick a dead dog.
You're like,
while
it's very
down.
flat, where are all the tall buildings?
Hikers.
yeah. And then we had never lived in a house, like a house with like
yard,
stairs and a yard and like neighbors that weren't like right next to you. And so we went to my uncle's house for the first few days while my dad and my brother were driving the truck down with all of our stuff. And I met cousins for the first time.
They were
I met
all
my
here?
cousins' kids. Yeah, cousins'
Okay,
kids for
Because
the first time.
his uncle,
Got
older
it.
dad.
Like,
yeah.
I missed that part. Okay.
So yeah, it was, then we got into our house and my mom and I were convinced that our house was haunted because there was a basement and we just didn't
Listen,
like
whether
the
you
basement.
are from New York City or you grew up in Kansas, your basement is haunted, okay?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
No, ghosts don't
basement-
go to Olaf. No. We'll talk again if you're in Brookside or something. But
Yeah, that's right.
there is not one goddamn ghost.
No,
in Olaf.
all new construction.
Olaf is
in
ghost free. That you were wrong. Go on.
Okay.
Okay, so but you think you do because basements are
Yes.
terrifying.
So my brother was starting college. So he was here for summer and then he was like deuces.
Where did he go to college?
Drexel University in
Nice.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Okay,
good
great.
for him.
Yeah, so he played it safe, played it smart, went back to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And then I was here with my mom and dad, and in New York, I grew up with cousins, and one older cousin, one younger cousin, and we were like this, like they were my siblings. If somebody asked us, those are my siblings, those are not my cousins.
I feel the same way about a couple cousins.
Yeah. So then coming here, and it was none of the boys were around. These cousins were older with kids, married. Me and my parents in a 4-bedroom.
So what made you want
Like the
to, like, not to
house.
fast forward too much? Can I fast forward a little?
Sure.
What made you want to start I Have an Immigrant?
Yeah. So growing up with my parents, I did help them with all of their like legal stuff. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just thought it was normal. That like.
Which is a very typical experience
Yes.
for the child of someone who's come here and that you're the
Sure.
first generation, like you're helping
Yes.
parents navigate
A lot of times
really
language
important,
too, yeah.
difficult, challenging paperwork.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was normal. I thought this was the thing that we're supposed to do. That all of the kids that I was around.
So you're like
that
learning
were,
about it. You're like deep
Yeah.
diving into this.
Yeah, and it was just our reality. And I remember my mom getting her green card in the mail. She got it, and she was picking us up from school. So we walked to school. She was like we were getting out of middle school. It was elementary. It was elementary school, and it was all the 2 cousins and me. We were all so close in age that we all went to the same schools all the time, and so. It would be like my mom would pick us up, my aunt, like we would just alternate who's picking us up, and we lived in the same apartment building. So my mom was coming, she picks us up, and she's literally bawling her eyes out on the phone with mail in her hands. And I was like, why are you, like moms don't cry in front of their kids. Like, why are you crying?
She got her green card.
Where are you crying? And she's like, I can't talk to you right now. Like she was telling me, she's like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm on the phone with your grandfather. And I was like, why is grandfather up right now? Like it's they're not supposed to be up
Yeah.
because of the time difference, because we talk to them in the morning and in the evening.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on? And then we got home, it was like a 10-minute walk, and she's like, I got my green card. And I was like, that means you can go home. She's like, yes. I was like, when are we going home?
Yeah.
And so it was like, we're going home as soon as the kids are out of school. First thing, like, we're taking a flight and we're going home.
Yeah.
So I've seen it from your dad's being taken advantage of because he doesn't have anything, to we now have our green card and we can go see our parents that we
family.
haven't seen for
go
20
back,
plus years.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I hadn't seen their parents in 20 years.
Yeah.
I just got the
Well,
chills.
that makes sense.
I mean, it
with
makes
this
sense.
asylum conversation
But
too.
but again, I think it's so important to like have this conversation. So they're going through the process, and the process can take 20 years.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people don't understand. They think, oh, folks aren't doing it the right way if it takes 6 years or 10 years or 20 years. You can be in status, which means doing all the paperwork,
Yes.
showing up to the appointments, paying the attorneys, doing the legal thing.
Yeah.
And it can still take 10,
20
yeah,
years.
20
Yeah.
years.
I have an uncle,
Yeah.
a very close uncle, the parent of the cousins I grew up with, who has been out of India longer than my father. So he stayed in Germany for years. He was in Canada and came to America. I want to say like 1999, because my brother was born at that point, and got married in America. Has 2 kids. One's a year older than me, who just got his MBA from like the really good Michigan school. I don't know, Michigan State.
University
I
of
don't know,
Michigan.
University of Michigan.
Sure.
Ross School of Business. Yeah, sure. The really good one.
Yeah.
Younger ones at NYU studying to become a doctor. My
it.
uncle has
Still no green
zero
card?
path forward to get any sort of status in America. He has a house in Long Island, which like that's ridiculous because they're uber expensive, and which is like a suburban of New York City.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do know that. We are old and live in Kansas, but we do know
Correct.
our Long Island is.
But people, he has no path forward. Like
Okay,
nothing.
And
So
so
then you
what?
s-
What happens in that situation?
Yeah.
You just keep your head down and hope you don't get caught. And I've been trying to convince him to go back home, but
His whole life is here.
his wife has no, my aunt has no status. His kids are here.
Yeah.
His kids can't sponsor him because we have this thing where if you've been in America for more than 1 year without like a green card or some sort of authorization, you have to go back to your country and you can't enter America for 10 years.
I also
was
wonder
7,
how hard it is right now for people to even want to apply with a sponsor. Like how, like that would be terrifying.
Which is a whole
right?
different story because
Like
the whole
even if you did have a sponsor, like I'd be like, this is not the time. I'm gonna
Right.
the
start
whole
this
point
journey.
of my uncle wanting, well, one, he wants status. He's been here, he's been a taxpayer, he's done all
I'm
the
sorry. Say that again
American
a little bit
things.
louder
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
people
Been
in
a
the back.
taxpayer,
He's been paying his taxes.
which is crazy because
been
ICE is
paying-
using IRS data to
Yeah.
find immigrants. That's convenient.
Yeah.
IRS data,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
oh, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we actually, the whole point is trying to get my aunt and uncle to see their parents. They haven't seen them for 30 plus years. And so my mom, fast forward, has become a US citizen. And she did that because she wanted to be able to sponsor her parents to come to America. Oh, that's great. My uncle can meet his parents. And my grandparents need to be here to help my uncle get some sort of status. Well, that process we were going through not like almost a year ago. And we had to apply. In India, they don't put the woman's name on the birth certificate. So my grandma's name was on the birth certificate, which we had to prove that my grandma was actually my mom's mom.
Just a nightmare.
It was a nightmare just getting that filed.
Yeah.
Well, we got it filed. They approved the initial application, and then you have to get medical testing. You have to go for biometrics, and you have to go for an interview. You have to do your medical and your biometrics before your interview. So grandma and grandpa both went to do that together. And said their interview dates are set. The government tells you when you need to appear. And it's in Bombay, which is I think it's a 10-hour drive. It's like a 2-hour flight from where my grandparents live, which they're old, so like they have to fly. And so they do their biometrics, they do their medical, and then my grandma finds out she didn't pass her medical, and so she can't go to her interview. They need to do some extra round of testing, and then she'll be able to go to her interview, which is fine. It's just like a time delay, but it's okay. So then my grandfather goes to his interview, passes his interview, gets his visa in his mail on his Indian passport like a week later. He did it the right way. He can come to America.
Yeah.
And I was like, get him to America. Like, get him to America.
Not
Like,
without his wife, though.
Yeah. I was like, a new
gotta wait for a
administration's
minute.
underway, like get him to America.
So this is just kind of in
this
the
is
Yes.
span.
We forgot about
Yes,
that. Pre-Donald
and
Trump.
my mom and my uncle were like, there's no way we're separating your grandfather and your grandmother. Like,
I would have said
if
the
you're-
exact same thing, man.
If my grandfather is not home after a certain time, like my grandmother goes crazy, especially in India.
You can't separate
Yeah.
that.
And so,
situation.
and they're much older.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, like, sure, like, yeah, that makes sense. We shouldn't separate my grandparents. Like, yep, I'll take that. And I've been helping them with all the legal stuff. Well, then my grandma goes to her interview, which was scheduled months later, and they ask her all the routine questions, and then they full on start interrogating her about my grandmother's relationship to my uncle. And
Is this new administration?
New administration.
We need
My
that
grandmother was like, he is my son. I have 4 children. 2 are in America and 2 are in India. I don't know the full details of what this was, but they pretty much interrogated her to get her to admit that she knowingly gave my uncle money to come to America. And if she admits that, the American government can accuse my grandmother of human smuggling and she can no longer enter the United States of America.
Every person's parent who has come to America, I mean, they're giving their children money to go to America.
Which wasn't even true.
Correct.
My grandmother was like, my son was leaving the country. He was going to Austria.
Can I ask you a quick question? Is your uncle that does not have a green card, was he granted asylum here too? Is he asylum status, or
no,
he just
he's
doesn't
no
have?
status.
He just got here. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's probably terrified right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So they pretty much, she's like, he went to Austria and I gave him money when he went to Austria. which they didn't know he was coming to America. That's just where he decided to
Good.
go.
So your grandma
They
backed
had no
it up.
contact. It was like, we had no contact with him. Well, it was interrogation style. They kept on asking her the same question over and over again in different ways. At the end, she was like, I have answered the same question. I am done answering your questions. Like, I don't know what else you want. That's all they needed. They accused her of human smuggling and she could no longer come to America. And they also rescinded my grandfather's visa. So now we're in an appeal process with a lawyer that costs $8,000.
Okay, and
On
so you do a podcast,
Yeah,
and it's called
from home to here.
From Home to Here, and you're sharing these kind of stories, right?
Yes.
Like the immigration process, but like what it feels to arrive in a
And
country
you're
that's
also founded I Have an Immigrant, which we
Yes.
still haven't gotten to, but that's
Yes.
okay. I'm only pointing that out because I really love this organization, and I want to make sure we have enough time for you to like give it a platform, and I want
Definitely.
to continue to. Okay, so we heard about your organization through Alex, who
Yes.
has also been on the show. I think she calls you like a daughter, doesn't she?
and she's a board member.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's a
Yes.
board member. She's been talking about I Have an Immigrant for a year or two now, probably since you founded it. So
Yes.
why don't you tell everybody what I Have an Immigrant
Yeah.
does? We kind of know, I think, why you founded
Yes.
it now, but why don't you talk to us about what it's doing locally?
So we started in 2020 as a storytelling campaign. I was a junior in high school, COVID, immigration, Asian American hate, Black Lives Matter, like all the things were on the slate. And so it started off as a storytelling campaign to share immigrant stories of let's share real stories in Kansas City, put a face to them, because there's people we know, we recognize well-known people in Kansas
So you're
City.
17 years old,
16,
and you're
I
like
think.
16 years old, and you're like, let's share these stories, let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's all it was just let's just share stories.
Yeah.
One of our stories was the owners of Cafe Corazon when they only had their Westport location, and PBS picked it up. And so after PBS picked it up, it just started gaining a lot of momentum, and people were like, we want more stories. Like, this is so cool.
Yep.
And so started just presenting the organization to different like Rotary clubs, different organizations, and I was like, I have
So
a
was
goal.
the format kind of like, hey, let's meet and let's talk, like tell our stories, or was it more like, let's do publications on our
Publications. It was
Okay,
like
cool.
newsletters.
Yeah,
like
cool.
I would interview
Cool.
them, and then I would write their story, and then
Yeah,
we would
great.
publish it.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun when we first started. It was just like meeting new people for the first
Yeah.
time for me. And so, yeah, and then started presenting, and then the long-term goal was like, we can turn this into a nonprofit and like do this. And so I met Mike Meyer, who does Band of
know him
Angels
very
and
well.
Meyer Music,
Yep.
and
Rockstars.
Rockstars, yes. And so he was like, I've created a nonprofit, I can help you. And so he helped me create just like the 501c3,
yeah.
all the paperwork.
Is he on the board too?
He was on the board.
Okay, I thought so.
Hush Blackwell did our filing pro bono. We had somebody else that paid for the filing. Because at this point, I'm still in high school. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 16 years
You're
old in high
crushing it.
school.
You're figuring it out.
Yeah.
People actually do want to help if you go down the right veins and networks. Yeah.
And so we created it, we started it, and then with the nonprofit status, I was like, what was it in my journey that my parents were like, this is so hard, that is not already available in Kansas City?
Yeah.
And it was the filing fees that you have to pay the government. Not only do you have to hire an attorney, but for every single application you file with the government, every single paperwork you file, you have to pay a filing fee, upwards of $500 per person, per application.
Yeah.
And so thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just on filing fees. And
So that was kind of your initial like, target. Like let's
Filing
take
fees.
out that.
So that's something that I Have an Immigrant helps
Yes.
immigrants cover.
Filing fees as long as you're working with an attorney or an accredited organization, like JVS, LLM, one of those.
Yeah.
And then our last thing was when I started, I was like, there's so much we can do. Like immigrants need mental health services in their language. Like they need to figure out where their cultural communities are. They need to know about these resources.
Yep.
And Mike was like, you can't do everything. Like you cannot do everything.
Good
as a
advice, Mike.
nonprofit.
He's a wonderful person.
Yeah.
And so then we created the last piece, which was like the community piece of, yes, we can't do everything, but we can create a community of people that together we can do everything.
Yeah.
And so that's where if you come to us, you need an attorney, like we'll help you find an attorney. We'll help you find the therapist. We'll help you find a job. And so that's kind of like where the community building piece comes in for us. So we do storytelling, which is the
How do
podcast
you
from home
feel?
to here.
Like, how do you feel with all this financial support and all this help that you've injected into the Kansas City community?
It feels good. Like I always tell everyone that we work with that I see my parents in everyone that we
I bet
find.
they're so proud of you too. I bet they just.
Yeah,
I mean, that's huge.
It's fun to bring them to like different events.
I'm sure.
But yeah, it's just I do see them in everyone. It's like, how would I want my dad to be treated if he was sitting here right now and I wasn't his daughter? Like, how would I want that relationship or that interaction to go? And so with that in mind and like leading every interaction with that, it's absolutely meaningful to be able to like help people with their biggest need in life. And this is probably when they're the most vulnerable, asking for help.
I have to speed round question you, and it's going to be weird because all of those were
Because
inappropriate.
she's normally very creepy.
You know what's going to be great when you jump in with speed round questions to offset these horrifyingly embarrassing questions.
What song are you playing on repeat on right now?
Oh, that is a good one. I listen to a lot of cultural music.
Okay.
There's an artist called Raf, R-A-F. He's my all-time favorite artist. He's like back in the day music.
I think I've heard of him.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Say yes to that.
So he's like one of my favorite, anything by him.
Okay.
I'm going to his concert in March. So excited.
Amazing.
And then Burna Boy is also like a good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Besides Bad Bunny, who is my celebrity crush right now?
Shocking.
That
He
one
has
is a good
such
one.
big dick energy.
We just had
I
a
just want to be here. I know.
We just had a conversation with my friends about this. Zac Efron, but when he was in High School Musical.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
your
it was a
favorite
Grammy.
movie of all time?
I like mine are cultural. They're not.
Please tell us what your
Okay.
favorite movie is.
Okay.
You don't need to
Just go with
qualify
your
it.
gut. Go with
It's
your
called
gut.
Rob the Radio.
Uh-huh.
It's a cultural movie about this guy and girl who are like madly in love, but their families won't
She's
let them
perking
get like married because it's like it's not an arranged marriage. But
Yeah.
they end up getting married and they have a happy ending, and it's just so
Okay, I have a
beautiful.
question. Have you considered an arranged marriage, or is that on the table for you?
No.
No, not on the table.
No.
Okay,
Who is
keep
your
going.
political hero?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Good one. She's giving me.
Oh, there's a lot. There's so many.
I did good finally.
Top one or three?
Okay, Barack Obama is really up there for me.
Obviously.
And then AOC.
Yeah.
Of course.
And Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's not really political,
Yeah.
but
I mean, you can't beat those
I have
answers.
a painting of her in my
What's your
living room,
favorite
so-
ethnic restaurant in Kansas City?
ooh.
Yeah, give us the goods.
Okay, Sahara.
Uh-huh.
It's in North
I know it.
KC.
Yep.
It's an Indian
it.
restaurant.
Yep,
There's
I know
a Middle Eastern one too. This is the Indian one.
Okay,
they
in
have
North KC.
North KC. They
Yeah.
have the best Indian
You can
food.
give
And
us
what's
that-
your
you can give us
favorite
all.
item
Their
there?
garlic naan.
Ooh.
I'll write it down.
Best
I got it.
garlic naan.
Sahara in North KC.
Garlic
Yeah,
naan.
Indian,
Garlic naan.
Indian restaurant. Sahara,
Yeah.
it's like Sahara fine Indian cuisine or something.
Okay,
That's the
got
full.
it.
I know it. I've been there.
Baba's Pantry.
Oh, Baba's Pantry is
Course.
unfreaking
Yeah,
believable.
Of course.
Jaffa.
Don't
also
know it.
really good.
Where is it?
Middle Eastern, Overland Park. We cater from them a lot. Really good food.
Jaffa.
Really good
Okay.
food.
Okay.
Aladdin Cafe is also a
like
favorite.
Aladdin
One of
Cafe.
I get the Aladdin Cafe lentil soup anytime I'm even slightly
Yeah.
feeling shitty.
So good.
Yeah.
That's what I
Really?
That's what
No,
I eat.
it's truly.
Yeah,
And then my parents are really good cooks, so we don't get to order in a lot when I'm with them.
that's
So
not a bad thing.
it's not a bad thing.
What's
but
the one thing you find attractive that most people don't? I gotta slide one weird one in. Come on.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a good. That's HR approved.
Is that HR approved? I look at her immediately. I'm like, I say it, and like as it's
something
falling
that I
out of my mouth,
find
I'm like,
attractive. Okay, the big thing with like, I guess my friends though is like we hate car guys. Like that's like a no-no. Like you
No
don't
car
talk
guys.
to car guys.
Yeah.
I really like car guys.
okay, we got her to say something a little first.
So car guys are guys who are into cars.
Yeah, but they're like big
I'm not
into
kidding. I
cars.
just sold cars.
I know.
Car
We're so
sales.
old. I'm like the car salesman.
No.
They just
Like
like
cars are their personality.
and they
they love
modify
car-
them.
Yeah, they just like
And
working
they
on
talk
cars,
about it
like
all the
talking about
time.
them.
Okay.
Yeah,
If your love life were a movie genre, what genre would it be?
something not good. I don't know what genre.
It would be like a horror.
It wouldn't be
a
horror.
Just
Have
kinda
you guys
boring?
seen Tell Me Lies?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Whatever genre that is. Not
Okay.
that it does not
this is
nearly
great.
as bad, but like as even with like our friends, like we are not. It's not that bad, but like
Okay, last drink.
dramatic.
Last question.
Okay,
Good, you
I got
finish
it.
yours.
I got it.
If
Chug.
you were a drink, what would you be and why?
espresso martini.
Yes, I love that answer.
It is a good answer. Why?
Bold,
You're like doing shit all
Yeah.
the time. You're like
Flavorful.
working
Yeah.
it.
energetic.
Yes.
It's a classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is.
It's
It's equal parts your personality.
It
I
is,
like it.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Thank you for being on Behind the Bar.
course.
Thank you for
Thank
telling
you
us
for
your
having
story.
me.
We've loved you. And
Yeah.
You're
we
amazing.
wanna
You're
support
going
you always.
places. You
I
saw her
appreciate
here
it.
first. Probably not. You did probably seen her other places too. But we believe in you. Whatever it is that you're doing, we have your back. So
You're
just-
incredible. And
Thank
I'm
you.
a parent, and I think about how proud your parents are of you. And I just
I
really do.
appreciate it. That means a lot.
I'm not a
I do
parent,
want to
but I'm
party
a-
with your
an
dad
auntie.
too, by the way.
You should totally come
If
party
your
with
dad
my
would have a
dad.
drink with
don't
me,
know.
He
if
will
we're
have a
allowed.
drink with
I'm
you. He'll have a
asking.
drink with you.
I'm
Could you
publicly
wear
asking
like a
him.
little fake mustache?
He'll have
That's
a
a
drink
horrible
with
idea.
you.
Why would I do that?
Only men can party together.
I didn't know that.
No, he'll have a drink with you.
With
He'll have
you.
a drink with you.
I
Okay.
will wear a little fake mustache.
You don't need to
if
wear a
needed.
mustache. You'll have a drink with you.
I've done it before.
She
I'll
loves
do it
facial
again.
hair.
I
She
do.
loves
I live
facial
for it. I live for it. I think I'm the sexiest as a guy.
I'm Komal Kaur. You can find I've an Immigrant at I've an Immigrant anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And then you can find me at Komal on Instagram.
If you've made it this far, we are gonna pimp you again. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe. The big thing is subscribe. That's a big thing, subscribe. And then like comment below. I love them. They're so weird. Something, whatever it is. Share on your social media. Be like, follow
Tell
these
us you're
two.
listening because we want to keep doing this. And
feel
we
like
walk
no
around the
one's
community and
listening.
people just say, I loved that one. I loved that one.
She
But,
says
like,
we, but she means her. People only talk to Ashley about this.
it's true.
They don't talk to me
Haley
about it.
has something called an intimidation look, and
Resting
it
bitch
looks
face?
like just intimidation look. Just this is something that you should not approach because, well, we don't know what's gonna get you.